This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.
Welcome to the Barbados Today Evening Update for Wednesday, June 3rd. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. We begin with news of a temporary reprieve for customs workers. This as Finance Minister Chris Sinclair signals that the July 1 date for the merger between the Customs and Excise Department and the Barbados Revenue Authority could be pushed back. Following a 3-hour meeting with the top brass of the National Union of Public Workers to iron out concerns by customs staff over the planned merger, Minister Sinclair told Barbados Today he will be making a request to Cabinet for extra time for union officials to peruse pertinent information in order for workers to make their decision.
Since a lot of this information now has to be digested and some points still clarified if necessary, that it is more likely than not that the July date, first date, will be changed. But I have to advise the Cabinet and confirm, well, if the Cabinet is so minded to do, then we will notify.
Meantime, NUPW Acting General Secretary Roslyn Smith says over a dozen customs guards will not be absorbed into the BRA, but will be placed in other positions.
We understand that there are 16 customs guards who will not be offered employment, but they would be offered a place within the public service. Permanent employees would be given the 2 years on secondment. The temporary ones would be given a contract for a year, after which they would be appointed. So, as far as it appears, the ball will be in their court now to when the option forms are sent out, but the union will be meeting again with the customs and excise departments probably sometime next week, and we will then move from there.
Hotel officials are expressing frustration at the continued delay in accessing the promised government concessions, and Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, Sue Springer, says the wait is causing problems for hoteliers who are being asked to upgrade their plans. Springer sounded the concerns as she delivered her yearly report at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center today.
It is totally frustrating. What is being said and what is being actioned are two entirely different things. And there has to be a meeting of minds on this issue as soon as possible. This time is the time that we should be all being able, through the summer period, to do our renovations and improvement. We are being treated in the way that we cannot carry out what we are being criticized for. It has to stop.
In other news, lawmen are searching for 3 men and 2 women wanted in connection with separate serious criminal matters, and they are seeking the public's help in locating them. They are Jason Cecil Spencer, also known as Punky, who last lived at 4th Avenue, Harts Gap, Christchurch. He is about 5 feet 5 inches tall, medium build, and black in complexion. Also on the wanted list is Trey Kima Murray alias Gaudi, who last lived at Goodland Main Road, St. Michael. Murray is 5 feet 4 inches tall, slim built and dark in complexion, and has the word Murray tattooed on his right arm. Christopher Jonathan Jamar Holder is also a wanted man. His last known address is Baycroft Road, Tweetide Road, St. Michael. He is dark-skinned, 5 feet 5 inches in height, and slimly built. Police are still searching for sisters Tiffany Bianca Nikita Bailey and Shakira Crystal Bailey of Cobbin Road, Ashton Hall, St. Peter. Tiffany is 5 feet 5 inches tall, medium build, has brown eyes and a darkened complexion, while her younger sister, Shakira, is about 5 feet tall, slim build, has brown eyes and brown in complexion. All 5 people are being advised to present themselves to the police, accompanied by an attorney of their choice, while anyone who has information pertaining to their whereabouts is asked to call police emergency at 211 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-TIPS. That's 1-800-8477. A store in Tudor Street was damaged by fire this afternoon. The blaze, which occurred just after 12, apparently started on the ground floor of a 3-story building at the back of a clothing store. There were also other businesses housed in that building. Fortunately, no one was in the store when the fire started. Missing fisherman Noel Armstrong is lucky to be alive. Armstrong, who was found adrift off the Grenadines island of Mystique after missing for 6 days, arrived in Barbados by plane this morning. Speaking to Barbados today from his mother's house, the fisherman, who described the ordeal as a challenging one, said he was thankful to be back home.
Bare water, he said, bare water.
I started getting TV.
Yeah. All the time myself been sleeping for the night, I woke the big ship now, like, no call. If I showed them, I had a light, not a sort of. So, the can't see across the small. I prepared next time, right? The first time I spent it here, like I said, first time.
You said it without your phone or the flares.
There's all those things, every get them, the same way evening.
Armstrong's mother, Anteline, is overjoyed that her only son is now safe.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To news from the region, Jamaica's Attorney General is defending his government's decision to secure an injunction against protesting officers. Patrick Atkinson says the Portia Simpson administration had no choice but to obtain the Supreme Court order to get the officers back to work. Speaking to the Gleaner newspaper, the Attorney General pointed out that it is illegal for the police, who are demanding an increase in wages, to take strike action, as it is outlawed in the Jamaica Constabulary Force Act. And finally, on the international scene, the United States anthrax scare widens as the number of male live samples doubles in the last week. Today, the Pentagon revealed that over 50 labs in 17 states and 3 overseas countries were mailed samples of live anthrax. Officials say the exposure poses no risk to the general public, but says staff members at some of the labs have been treated for anthrax exposure as a precaution. No one has fallen ill, but the Center for Disease Control and Prevention is probing the incident. And with that, we come to the end of our evening updates, but you can join us again tomorrow morning. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, our email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media, in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also, tune in to Channel 101 Online TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. See you later.
This news update is brought to you by...
So, I'm meeting Rico later. Gotta check in with the girls, but first, let me check my usage on the MyLime app. Now, what should I wear? Hashtag sexy. He's here.